Hey everybody, welcome back outside with us again this week. We are in the perimeter once again of the Symphony of Nails taking place up on our roof over there on the west side of our nave. But also today, more importantly, I'm here with my colleague Amy Henderson Hill, our Youth and Family Ministries Director, who is going to tell us a little bit about what's happening in not even a week.
I know, it's close.
You believe it? It's time for the youth trip.
It is time for the youth trip.
It's time for the youth trip.
So, want me to tell you about it?
So please, I have been waiting with bated breath.
Well, for you and for everyone who has supported these amazing young people, really, I mean, always, but especially since last summer when we took this trip to Washington, D.C., we spent, a week in that town learning what was bubbling to the surface of the things that these kids really care about. And some of the things that we said, we want to do some more of that. We want to dive even deeper. So this year, in a few days, we are leaving on Sunday, right after worship, to go to Nashville, Tennessee. We are piling into a van, taking another vehicle. Well, we're taking one big van, like the thing you gotta take. You gotta take the 15 passenger. So we'll be piling into that, but we'll also have an additional vehicle to a chase vehicle to carry all the things, because to just dive right in, we are staying in the heart of Nashville. I'm really excited. So we are partnering with an organization called Service Learning Camps. There's a long story of how we discovered them, but really what they offer is what we were looking for. It's kind of a hybrid of youth trips. So like last year with Washington, D.C., we built that from the ground up, and it was beautiful and awesome, but it's tremendous undertaking. But we also we wanted to have some control over what we ate and what we did for devotions at night and where we were able to go. So we found, it was a hard find, but we found an organization that has locations all throughout the United States and a few globally that do just that. They have boots on the ground in the city where we're going. We have a coordinator. He has worked with us to say, hey, what's important to you? What do these kids want to learn more about? What do you want to engage with? And helped us choose some sites that we're going to go to in Nashville. But we're also staying at a church. We're getting to do the thing that I think every youth needs to do. We love hotels, we love Airbnbs, but man, we are staying at a church. But it's in the heart of Nashville. We are bringing air mattresses and all the things because we are sleeping in Sunday school rooms and gym floors, but we will have a lot of privilege when it comes to that too. We have shower facilities, access to the full kitchens, so we can make some of our food and, just have a different vibe, I think, truly to some of the trips we've had recently. So I'm excited about all of those things.
Nice. So do you know any of the things that you're going to be engaged in?
I do.
During the week. So what is it? What are you going to be doing?
So briefly, there are 3 things I want to highlight. There's 1,000 things I want to highlight, but here's 3 things. In the mornings when we are, because Nashville is hot and it's June, we are going to be at an organization called the Giving Garden. And you can look it up if you want to, and we'll tell you more about it when we get home. But the Giving Garden is essentially a church in Nashville that needed to build a bigger building, and they bought a whole bunch of land. But they had some red tape that they ran into, and this land was sitting there for a while, and they said, wait a minute, we can do something here with this.
Nice.
So they started growing food, and more food, and more food, and more food, and more food. And they have a garden that is a full vegetable garden that provides food for all sorts of organizations that are working to address food insecurity in the greater Nashville area. So they need help to make this thing happen and to make it go, especially in the time of year when we will be there. So we will have our garden gloves and our muck boots and our water bottles, and we are going to be helping with all sorts of operations for supporting the Giving Garden. Yeah. Nice. So that's our mornings. Then when it gets really hot, we're going to go to the other side of town, and we are going to be indoors with an organization called Souls for Souls. Very long story, but they support a wide array of causes that are important to us as people of Trinity, but specifically the youth. talking about environmental issues. So things that you would, shoes and clothing that you would not donate because it's too far past that point, that would ordinarily go in a landfill. There's a lot of things they do with that are created into new products, but then they also support micro businesses
Nice.
globally, specifically for women in African
Nice.
countries.
Nice.
And it's just incredible. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and that's inside, so it'll be cooler there. And then the last thing I want to highlight is on Monday night. So we're leaving Sunday. On Monday night, there is an organization, a group called People Loving Nashville. And that is, I would encourage you to look this up if you want to. That is essentially what Trinity participates on a weekly basis on Wednesday afternoons. We have something called Street Outreach. It's either here or in collaboration with the library.
Right. Nice.
But it's addressing all of these things and needs that folks have, and how can we partner with you and you and you to make sure the resources are distributed. And it's a huge undertaking. So that is Monday night, and we are participating in a big way with that. And so to put a bow on all of that, our hope is that we're not only doing and making a difference when we are there, but what can we take from that? What can we learn? I mean, we have this stuff in Fort Wayne. You know, there's Dick's Organics who grows food for St. Mary's. There's just all these things. What can we do with it?
Well, and some of you may know that one of the fundamental ideas about doing any sort of youth extended trip out of Fort Wayne is to help our young people experience some meaningful interaction with the world, meaningful work in the world that they can't get here.
Yes.
And to enable them to then think more deeply about our work here at Trinity and our work here in Fort Wayne. So,
and what can we do?
Yeah,
here?
and what can we, and how does that interact with us? That it's not a vacation trip as much as it's, this sense of something we can't experience here.
Service and learning.
Service and learning. Exactly.
And fun though too.
Yes.
Here's what I found out. At the very end of our week there is the beginning of a very big event for your country music lovers. You will know this. I'm not, but the CMA Fest brings every big person to the area. But here's the cool thing. Our coordinator said, you guys are going to get the best of it, because all of the people who want to be discovered, all of the musicians and groups who are really good, all show up the week before and play for free, all ages shows everywhere.
What a great
time. When in Rome, right? We're gonna
when in Nashville. When in Nashville.
Yes. So we're gonna put on our boots and see what we can find, because we want to have fun too.
Sure,
this is about relationships and fun.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you all are headed out Sunday right after Liturgy. We're gonna
feed us,
bless you,
and go.
Send you on your way down, and you're going to be on your way, and you're coming on back, and we'll look forward to hearing what
we'll tell
you're
you about
doing. Now, there is one thing that as they go, Jesus on the go is going with our youth.
Oh yes.
So Jesus will be in Nashville. Are you going to eat a hot chicken sandwich?
Of course. Well, I will be. I can't speak for my kids, but I will be.
But Jesus on the go will be going along with him. So we'll get some pictures from Nashville with Jesus and our youth down there in Nashville. As you remember from last week, this Jesus on the go has been brought back, and he will be making the road trip along with you on the whole way to Nashville.
Yes. So. And in case you missed it, there is a great button on the homepage of our website. So if you go to Trinity, if you're saying, wait, what? Go to trinityenglish.org and
read
Jesus
a little bit
on
about
the go. We'll be there.
You pick up your Jesus and take Jesus wherever it is that you're going this summer, wherever it is, and think of our youth when you're taking them along with you to just have that sense of we're unified together in this project through the whole summer. So
you got it.
Thanks for getting it all together. We're hoping for a great time.
I am too.
Bring them all home alive.
We'll all be home. We'll all be home on the 6th.
We will make certain you don't get tied to a tree, and have a great time. And have a good week this week, and we'll see you soon.